My wife's stretch marks after giving birth gave me the ick, so I'm getting a divorce. My wife and I are both children of very wealthy families. We have been together for around 3 years and we got married last year. Our relationship used to be perfect. We would go to the nicest restaurant, always go shopping, and engage in whatever activities were popular. But best of all, we would always go partying. Neither me nor my wife ever had to work because our families were super rich and neither of us ever wanted to either. It was really easy and fun living our lives. But then slowly I saw my wife start to change. My wife started taking up hobbies like eating healthier and going to the gym. I was really mad at her because it interfered so much with our social life, like I wouldn't see her for an hour in my day and then most of the time she refused to eat certain foods and always ate healthier. It made me feel so alone when she would even refuse alcohol at parties. During this, my wife said that she wanted to start doing some volunteering. I said that I think she should highly reconsider and should just stay at home with me and binge some TV shows. She said that she wanted to be doing more with her life and I was shocked that she thought we weren't already doing enough. But I was way too hungover to get into a full argument, so I just agreed to let her do whatever she wanted and went back to sleep. A couple of months went by like this and it wasn't the same as it used to be. That's until my wife gave me the most terrible news of my life. She said that she had stopped taking her birth control and that she was now pregnant. I didn't know why she was so excited about that. I started just bawling my eyes out. I didn't want a child or to have to take care of one. It was way too much responsibility, time and effort. I asked her what she wanted to do about it and whether she wants to abort it, but she seemed extremely offended by that and said I'm a selfish PP for even suggesting such a thing. I responded by telling her that it was selfish from her to go off the birth control without telling me and then to take it even further, get pregnant. We didn't talk for a couple days after that and I made her sleep on the couch. I talked about it with my parents and they had the same reaction as my wife. They said that I should be excited and that having a child and creating a family is the most essential thing in life. My parents told me that I was probably just acting out because I was afraid of being a dad. So I hired many professionals and authors of parenting books to come and educate me about being a dad. The more I learned, the worse it got. I hated the current situation, but there was nothing I could do about it. So I hired many caretakers to help my wife while I went out and enjoyed the last fun moments of my life. We didn't really communicate much because she was acting very distant to me. Finally, one late night I received spam calls at 2:00 a.m. from all my family and my wife's caretakers. They told me to get to a certain hospital because my wife was in labor and although I was extremely tired, I got a taxi to the hospital. I waited another hour or so by my wife's side before my baby girl was born. I felt like it was an alien and that I had no connection to it. My wife looked exhausted so I let her sleep for a bit and gave the baby to the nurses to take care of. I went home and just thought about the countless memories I had with my wife from a year ago. When my wife got home, she said she wanted to have a very serious talk. She told me how she wanted for us to stop being so materialistic and for us to move past the base level of attractiveness as the main driver of this relationship. She said that she wanted us to buy a nice smaller house and for us to be more in touch with our roots. I was totally against this and I felt like I was talking to a completely different person than the party girl and model that I once knew. I used to know I just agreed with her because I didn't want to get in a fight and I knew that somehow I would find a way to make this all work out, but I was so wrong about that because I was just complying with everything she said. We decided to have intimacy again, but that's when I saw the stretch marks she had on her stomach from pregnancy and she also had some extra fat surrounding her midsection that she used to never have. As things were getting spicy I immediately got the ICK and I wasn't in the mood anymore. I felt disgusted and my wife said that this was exactly the behavior she expected, despite her talking to me about not having a purely attraction-based relationship, but rather an emotional connection. That's when I decided that I would be getting a divorce. I contacted my divorce lawyer and by the next day the papers were in my wife's hands. She seemed a lot more calm about it than I expected and she just shrugged it off and agreed on the condition that she would get full custody of the child. I was honestly baffled that she was so calm and nonchalant about the situation. Did I really mean that little to her? I broke out and started screaming about all my anger that I had kept inside and then I just started crying. I lost my perfect wife that would always want to have fun with me. She just left the mansion with our daughter. That was last week and I'm still not over it. I don't know what to do, but I have so much sadness in me and I'm missing her so much. I just wish things could go back to how they used to be.